Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where last episode we just wrapped up our war against the allied interlinked systems, who conveniently no longer exist. The Euthonian coalition is now independent, and the Yawn Company is under our control. Unfortunately, there's a bunch of Euthonian exclaves, and we are truced to them for a while here. Of course, this will be the final war of this particular series. We're getting exceptionally close now, and that is great. How are we doing on our... Well, actually, we should be absolutely ticking forward while I'm talking about this, because we've got some time to kill here. We have a truce until 2618, so another 10 years. Almost exactly 10 years. We've got some time to fill here. We do, however, need some research here. Okay, there we go. That was a little bit odd. Let's go ahead and go for kinetic weapon attack speed. And we also are running a little low on consumer goods, as well as exotic gases. Okay, so this trade station here, I wouldn't actually mind putting in an exotic gas refinery. That will solve our exotic gas issue. Wonderful. And this is a factory world here on Trappist Prime. We can upgrade to civilian replica complexes and work on our consumer goods. I love it. This is a forge world here, but we can just put in an industrial district. We're not maxed out on those, apparently. This tech world requires jobs and housing. No, I don't want to demolish it. No, I don't want to demolish it. I want a city district. There we go. That'll be good. This ring world needs housing. Easy enough. This ring world needs a job, but it will need housing, so we'll put in a city segment for right now. Okay, what else do we need to do over here? Looks like a whole lot of nothing. Sounds good. Our star bases are likely still maxed out. We're going to go through those and just make sure. Some of them may have taken some damage, but we didn't take any, or rather, we didn't claim any systems. So we didn't take control of any enemy star bases. So that is absolutely fine. It looks like they barely even touched these. These are all completely good to go, so that is very good. Yeah, those are all fine. We're going to take all of our fleets, as well as all of our armies, and tell them, come on back to Sol. They'll all get here eventually. Now, the 8th fleet currently has in it a single destroyer. And that can go into either of these. We're going to merge it with the 2nd Federation. There we go.
Incoming transmission.
A migration treaty? Sure. That's fine. I don't mind. The Ganges is not really doing much. We could do some megastructure construction. What would we want to build? I mean, we could build ourselves additional habitats. That's actually not a terrible idea. What if we were to go up to, say, Yedixa and start filling this out with habitats? That way we can spend our influence on something anyway. Now, we are integrating the Corinth Trade Association, and that's definitely something to note. Once we do have them integrated, things are going to get interesting, aren't they? I mean, our starbase cap will go up, but we've got some Empire Sprawl issues for sure as well. We should definitely be thinking about building... There isn't really a ring world option for administration, is there? Let's see, where are our ring worlds? Did they get minimized at some point? Or am I just blind? Oh, they're right up here. Okay, so this gives housing, enforcer, and clerk jobs. Okay. Commercial segments are merchant and clerk. Research are housing and researcher. Agriculture are housing and farmer. And industrial are housing, artisan, and metallurgist. So if we wanted to do this, we need to build city segments and build a bunch of admin offices. That's maybe not the worst idea. 7 science research up over here. As soon as we're done building our habitat, we can come up over here and grab that with the Ganges. That'll be absolutely fine. It's not like we're in a rush here. We've got 10 years to kill. Actually, we've got 9 years to kill now. We're already 10% of the way through that. Sure. So hopefully this will only be a couple of episodes of this, because honestly, I'm a little concerned about doing this. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to fill this. There's kind of not a lot to talk about right now. We're on the fastest speed, but at this point in the game, the fastest speed is still pretty slow. My microphone's nice and creaky. I like it. That is glorious to see. But this is faster than it used to be. I'll give them that. That's an improvement. The first fleet does need reinforcement, and we'll go ahead and do that. Wonderful. The second fleet, we can reinforce as well. Second Federation fleet, reinforce. The third Federation fleet, like all of our fleets, need some level of reinforcement, right? And we'll use this time to rebuild our fleets for sure, but it's not going to be all that complicated. It's already done. This is our exotic gases, volatile ammunition, volatile reactive armor, focusing crystals, and nanite actuators. The only one of those that I think is useful right now to re-up is the nanite actuators. For that sweet, sweet research speed. We're still -1 on exotic gases right now. Okay. We should probably see... Ooh. This tech world is getting close to maxed out. It's not quite there yet. I'd like to back off of generator districts and build the city district here. Although, we have empty districts. What am I doing? Do that first. Sure. Okay. So, there's that. This factory world here, I am going to go ahead and put an exotic gas refinery in so that we're positive on exotic gases. I want to check our sales here. We're buying 20 exotic gases right now and 150 consumer goods. Now, I don't care, in fact, about this. We're going to go ahead and remove our buy order of alloys. It's completely fine. We're making plenty of alloys. Architectural Renaissance has ended. We re-up that. Scientific Revolution, we re-up that as well, for sure. There we go. This ring world here just needs a Cyto Revitalization Center. No big deal. Anything else in the colonies? Yes, this Forge world needs a job. And realistically, this is not going to be a Forge world, but rather a industrial world. I was going to say factory world, but it's going to be an industrial world. And we're going to build a civilian industry here. We're also going to fill this out with industrial districts, but it looks like... That's interesting. 1 out of 21 city districts, 0 out of 20 industrial districts. It's size 20. Well, we build this, and this drops down to 19 possible industrial districts. Well, I guess the moral of the story here is build luxury residences to fill this out, and build industrial districts from there. That'll solve that problem, for sure. Okay, we don't need to scroll by the star bases and the shipyards every time. These are all good to go, in theory, so we don't need to be looking at that either. For now, I'm going to group together these two and these two. Okay, so we've got 90 and 61. We are going to need a grand total of 49 additional armies to get those back up to strength. And let's go ahead and get Azizans. Clone armies. And I said what? 49? How are we doing? That's 29. Technically, that's 30. It's 0 indexed. Okay, so we want to take this up to number 48. No, that was Ethiopian. Stop that. There we go. 48. So that should be exactly the correct number of clone armies. Fantastic. We do have a timed project. I mean, sure. We could, in theory, at this point, become the Crisis. Our vassals would continue along with us. The Telekir League and the Boki Consciousness could, in theory, be a problem. Ultimately, though, I think we stick with the Federation playthrough, and we just finish off bringing the Euthonians into the Ethiopian healthcare system, and it'll all be great. I think that'll be positively wonderful. We're exactly even on exotic gases right now, and that will likely remain the case. I mean, I do eventually want to get rid of our reliance on these. In fact, we could simply remove them for now, just so that we're tracking the actual values, and continue to work on getting our economy balanced. Yeah, we're capped out on these resources, but I don't care. It's fine. It's completely fine. Okay, so we know that we need consumer goods, and we need additional exotic gases. That's fine. So we should probably have some of these become refinery stations. This is a mining station here, and that's fine as is. This one I'm going to switch over to being a refinery station. Now, this is very bad for jobs. This is one job in a full building. We're going to put in a bunch of exotic gas refineries. That's 3 each, so 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. That's almost enough to get us net neutral. Excellent. I don't suppose we can harvest any just regularly here. We're going to need mineral purification plants. We're going to need cyto revitalization centers eventually. And let's just go ahead and put in exotic gas refineries. And astro mining bays. What could possibly go wrong? We can upgrade these at some point. But we'll have to wait for these to finish building. Okay, so in theory, that's our exotic gases taken care of. Let's take a look at things like factory worlds, like this one. This is a bad option, obviously. Trappist Prime here, this is a factory world that is running civilian replicomplexes. Okay. These forge worlds here are not fully maxed out. Let's get these industrial districts built. That will help out our consumer goods. Okay, and then there are these ring worlds. And I kind of want to... Let's see, ring world gives resources from jobs plus 5%. I guess that's fine. And we would want this to be an industrial ring world. So we're just going to put in our civilian industries. We may as well put in our alloy foundries as well. And then max out our industrial segments here. And then we can construct housing over here if we need to. We'll see how that goes. Shield hit points finishing up. And let's go for whatever's cheapest here, which is energy credits from jobs. Not like we need that. We're making 7,000 energy credits per month right now. That is absolutely crazy. Just completely and totally insane. The Equinox is not doing anything. You need orders, sir. Miravandian branch office is shut down. That's great. Where are you? You're in Seoul? Oh, you don't have a leader. That's why. Okay. Go ahead and grab one, and we are going to assist research at the Mars Habitat. The Mars Habitat is not the finest of research centers right now, but we're working on it, and I don't believe that we can put in an upgrade here. Can we? No, we can't put in a research institute just yet. So, I mean, it's going to take a while for our consumer goods to get under control. This tech world requires jobs. I feel like we don't need mining districts right now. If we need more minerals, we're far, far better off to build additional... Yeah, we want to extend our deal. Okay, we're far better off to build additional matter decompressors at that point. Okay, Tout Ceti getting some additional research, sure. So I think that we're going to just simply put in an industrial district here. And I'm also going to replace this mineral purification hub with a civilian industry. There we go. That will help our consumer goods issue. And our exotic gases are getting better. That's great. This research station here requires a job, easy enough. Advanced Research Center. And of course, that has an upkeep of exotic gas, so we need to keep that in mind. On some of these habitats, like for example, this is a good candidate. We want to continue building exotic gas refineries. It's going to take time for those jobs to get filled up, but that's okay. This Forge World here is actually maxed out on districts, so as far as jobs go, I'm actually going to put in a couple exotic gas refineries here as well. Now, this is not great in terms of job efficiency. These only give one job for a full building slot. It's not good, but it'll do. Anything else? Well, there's this foundry station, but, I mean, we can just put in a civilian industry. That'll be fine. No big deal. Continue to work on getting that consumer goods back to even. Out of curiosity, is there an edict that we can put through for that? I think there is. Recycling campaigns. Yeah. Pop consumer goods upkeep. That's super cheap, too. That's 1 month. 1 month of energy credits. Do it. And now we're positive in consumer goods. Excellent. No worries there. We will continue to be positive in consumer goods for a good long time. How long until our truce with these guys is up? It's still going to be a while. Yeah, about another 6.5 years here. We have made it a decent way through this truce. I wish that we could just break the truce, in all honesty. That's the thing in other Paradox games, but in this game, cannot declare war. We can, however, be thinking about what our war plan is for them. Indeed. For right now, I'm going to transfer out a few ships here. Specifically, I don't know why that closed. Okay. That's exciting. So, we have this going on. These guys are going to go into this transport fleet. There we go. And then these guys are going to go into this transport fleet. This transport fleet can get up into position out over here. What did we just lose? A general? Okay. Was that you? No, that was this general. Okay, we'll recruit a new one, and Butcher will be fine. Excellent. We're going to need a few more transport fleets built, of course. But that is fine. So we're going to need to deal with several of these exclaves, right? So I think that we should work on our war plan a bit here. All of these are good to go. This Federation fleet is actually overstaffed.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Interesting. I guess we'll call that good. Kinetic weapon attack speed, sure. I mean, at this point, I feel like Strikecraft attack speed will be fine. We'll move the first fleet up to attack Karathor. We'll move the first Federation fleet over to attack these guys. The Adixa habitat is now complete, and we will go ahead and colonize that. Excellent. Okay, so that's these two taken care of. Next up, we're going to need a fleet heading over here. The second Federation fleet can come down over this way to deal with this. And I'm even going to send the third Federation fleet down here as well. Okay, so there's that dealt with. The fifth fleet will move over here. The sixth fleet will go here. The fourth fleet will go here. Do we expect them to be enough of a threat through the L Gate to need a ship dealing with that? Do they only have the one L Gate? I believe they do. Confirmed. One L Gate. So this fleet will start at the L Gate.
Scientific
and we'll prepare to go in through there. Excellent. And then this fleet, I think we'll head up over here. And then we'll just have all of those taken care of, and we'll clean up some of these, and our allies will get others. It'll be fine. That'll just get us largely in position there. Our admin cap has come up by another 15. We are not keeping up with that, that's for sure. How long on our annexation of the Corinth Trade Association? How's that going? Let's see here. Is that under us? That may be under us.
Construction complete.
I'm pretty sure there's a subjects tab somewhere here, probably in the contacts. Let's see. So it is, of course, the Corinth Trade Association here.
The new world has begun.
Yeah, subject integration. Remaining time 8 months. Sounds good. The key to extracting matter from the black hole is the ultimate refinement of the gravity redirection system, forming a focused area of twisted gravity, in effect creating a vast drill, whose bore is made of redirected and concentrated gravitational force. Excellent. We can still upgrade this again. And so we shall. Great. That's getting close to being maxed out, and we're going to have a few locations over here where they're probably going to try to run amok, but ultimately, I think this is going to be just fine. We're not going to have a problem squashing the Euthonian coalition. I'm fairly confident in that. We should probably consider moving the Kunlun up into terminal egress. What if we had the Kunlun guarding the L-gate? That might not be a terrible idea. Yeah, I kind of like that idea. We'll have that there. And of course, the 4th Fleet will be ready to go into the Zeepak Vortex. Absolutely fine. We're so close now. All we need is that truce to go away. And go away it shall in slightly under 5 years. Well, 4 years. Slightly over 4 years. 4 years, 9 months. Okay. That's great. We made it over halfway. That's fantastic. I did not want to do 3 episodes of peacetime in the super late game. It's great fun to do peacetime episodes in the early game when you're exploring and you have all those events happening. In the late game, there's not a lot happening, in all honesty. Let's go through our colonies one more time here and see how that's going. This refinery station requires housing. Easy enough. This industrial world, a job. Problem solved. This factory world doesn't need anything, but this forge world needs a job. We do have some building slots available. I'm going to actually put in an exotic gas refinery. It's not efficient, but it'll do. We do need the resource after all. And that's actually it. Ah. No wonder it's laggy.
They are assaulting our spaceport.
Okay, so there's pirates. And we've got all this going on. And we inherited a few things. Like these armadas. And they are hot garbage. Okay. They must be dealt with. We can probably create ourselves another full-on fleet. For now, let's take the armadas and group them up. Right here. They're all going to come in and deal with these pirates. I don't think the pirates are actually going to win. Oh, no, the pirates could win that. That's a galleon class. Yeah, they could do that. We do have wildly too many star bases, and that was something that I was definitely pretty sure was going to happen. This station could be downgraded. I mean, it is an anchorage. There's a lot of things that we're going to need to do here. That will be, I think, a next episode sort of thing. That said, I'm going to take this a month and see just how bad this starbase upkeep is. We're wildly overstocked on energy credits right now. Let's see what this does. While we're waiting, you can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. Oh yeah, this is fine. This is less fine, but we're reasonably fine. And I will see you all next time.